today is your first time, please let us know where you're watching from. Okay, if today is your first time joining in our class today, please kindly let us know where you're watching from. Today we'll be basically looking at percentages. Okay, we'll be looking at word problems in percentages. Today is your first time, kindly let us know. Kindly let us know if today is your first time. Kindly let us know if today is your first time. Remember, we'll be looking at percentages, how to do word problems in percentages. So it is very simple. Get your writing materials ready. So let's move on. Let's dive into it straight up. Percentages is actually easy. It's just for us to understand it very well and use the appropriate method of solving so that we can actually get the correct answers. For you to do word problems in percentages, you must be careful, otherwise you are going to get it wrong. Otherwise, you're going to get it wrong. So we'll do it one after the other. So for us to do percentages, for us to do percentages, it is very, very simple. It is very, very simple. It's just for us to understand it properly and use the given method to do it. Okay? So let us move. Let us move. So for the first question we have on the board, we have that we are told that a shirt that originally cost 40 pounds is discounted by 25%. What is the what? What is the price? What is the new price? So this is very, very simple. First thing we have to do is that this is discounted by 25%. So what you have to do is very simple. You first of all find, since the price is actually discounted by 25%. So we can say let X be the what? Let X be the actual price. Okay? Actual price. Okay? If you take X to be our actual price, it is very simple to do. So you can see that 25% of X is actually what? Is actually you can see that the whole percentage now, because the shirt, the original cost is 40, the original a shirt that originally cost 40 pounds is discounted by this. What is the what? Actual what? The new price. So what you have to do is just to do 25% of the what? Of 40 pounds should give you the exact what? Answer. Okay, please let us know where you're watching from. So 25% of 40 pounds will be 25 over 100 times 40 over 1. Okay, so let's simplify. What do you see? I can cancel a 0 here. So 2 divided 10 is what? If you are following well, 2 divided by 10 is what? What is 2 divided by 10? Please let us know. 2 divided 10 is what? You got to get 5. Okay? Then the next one, 2 divided 4 is 2. So you can see that 5 can divide itself. 5 divided is 5. Okay? 5 divided is 1. Okay? So what do you have? You are going to get to be 5 times 2, which is 10. Okay? So the actual discount is 10 pounds. The new price will now be what? For you to get the new price, since the actual discount given is 10 pounds, okay, the new price will now be 40 pounds minus 10 pounds. £40 minus £10 is what? Please, let's write it in the comment. £40 minus £10 is what? £40 minus £10 is what? Please, let's support me by telling me the answer in the comments. That will be £30. So you can now see that when we have a shirt that cost £40 initially, and it was discounted by 25%, the actual new price will be what? The actual new price will be 30%. Good. If you are following this, like the life, please. Then the next one says that a class of 30 students has 80%. How many students were present? A class of 30 students had 80% present. How many? We are asked how many were present. This is very simple, okay? Please like the live and tell us where you're watching from. So what do you have to do now? We are a class of 30%, a class of 30 students. This is the main thing there. And we have 80% of those students to be present. So what do we have to do? We have to do 80% of 30 students. Okay? So what is 80%? 80% is simple. Please let us know where you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from. Please like the live and support us, okay? That is 80 over 100, okay? Then times 30 over 1, okay? So what do you observe here? What do you observe here? It is very simple. You can now see that 80, we can simplify it, canceling a 0. So I can still cancel 1 0 here. So we are left with 8 times 3, okay? What is 8 times 3, please? If you are following, thank you for the like. I really appreciate it. Please, what is 8 times 3, please? What is 8 times 3, please? Let us know so we can write it and continue. What is 8 times 3, please? 8 times 3 is 24. So we have it as what? 24. This shows that 24 students are what? Present. This shows that 24 students are present. Correct. If you got 24, let us know. Just type yes in the comments. If you got 24, type yes in the comments. Look at this one. We have that Chidi got 45 out of 60. Got 45 out of 60 marks. We are told what percentage is this? So for us to know the percentage which is given, it is very simple. What do? He got 45 out of 60. That means 45 over 60. Okay? So you know this is actually in a fractional form. So to convert fractions to percentage, it is very, very simple. Okay? All you do is to multiply by 100 over 1. Okay? So when you multiply by 100 over 1, it is very simple to do. You cancel a 0 and cancel a 0. That's dividing by 10. Then here, what do you observe? 2 can divide 6 to be what? When you divide 6 by 2, what do you get? When you divide 6 by 2, what do you get? When you divide 6 by 2, what do you get? Please write it in the comments. When we divide 6 by 2, what do we get? We get 3. So we write 3. Then when we divide 10 by 2, what do we get? When we divide 10 by 2, what do we get? When we divide 10 by 2, we are getting what? 5. Then understand one thing. 3 can actually divide 45, right? So when 3 divide itself, you are getting 1. And when if you divide 45 by 3, what do you get? If you divide 45 by 3, what do you get? If you divide 45 by 3, what do you get? If you divide 45 by 3, what do you get? you are going to get 15. Okay? So here we are left with 15 times 5. This 15 and this 5 and this 5. So since you have that, what's 15 times 5? What is 15 times 5? If you are following, what is 15 times 5? If you are following, what is 15 times 5? 15 times 5 is 75. So you see the answer is 75. This shows that 75, Chidi got 75% of the question. Chidi got 75% of the question. Okay? So the next one says that a trader increased the price of a bag of rice from 50 pounds to 60 pounds. What is the percentage increase? A trader increased the price of rice from 50 pounds to 60 pounds. What is the percentage increase? So, or percentage increase. So what do we do? So for us to know the percentage increase, it is very, very simple. What do? The initial price is 50 and the last price is now this. So what's the actual price? For us to get the percentage increase, it is just the new price, the increment over the actual price. Okay? Then times 100 over 1. Okay? So what's the increment? It moves from 50 pounds to 60 pounds. So we have to do 60 pounds minus 50 pounds. 60 pounds minus 50 pounds is what? Let us know if you are following. 60 pounds minus 50 pounds is 10 pounds. So we have 10 over 50 times 100 over 1. Okay? Thank you for the like. I really appreciate. Please follow us. Subscribe to our channel. I really appreciate. Others, please like the live, okay? So what do we get? You see, we can cancel a 0. Then 5 divide itself is 1. When you divide 10 by 5, what do you get? When you divide 10 by 5, what do you get? When you divide 10 by 5, what do you get? When you divide 10 by 5, what do you get? You are going to get 2. So what do you have? You have 2 times. Thank you, Amli. Thank you for saying hi. You now have 2 times 10. What is 2 times 10? Thank you guys for joining. What is 2 times 10, please? 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 What is 2 times 10? 2 times 10 is 20. So the answer is 20%. Okay? Were you able to get 20? So the next one we have, the next question on the list is that Amira saved 20% of her 150-pound allowance. We are trying to know how much did Amira save. Amira saved 20% of her 150-pound salary. We are asked how much did Amira save. So for us to get how much Amira was able to save, it is very, very what? Simple. Okay? So what do? You are going to do 20 over 100, which is the percentage in question, then times 150 pounds, okay, over 1. So what do you have to do again? The next thing you have to do is very, very simple. You just have to do cancel 2 zeros here, cancel 1 at the top. And once you cancel these 2 zeros, you actually divided by what? You actually divided by 100, okay? If you're following, let us know where you're watching. So here we have 2, okay? We have 2, and here we have 15. So what do? We have 2 times 15. What is 2 times 15? If you're following, what is 2 times 15? What is 2 times 15? If you're following, what is 2 times 15? Please, let's write down in the comments. What's 2 times 15? What is 2 times 15? Let's write down in the comments. What's 2 times 15? 2 times 15 is 30. So they say, how much did she save? she was able to save 30 pounds. Okay? Amira was able to save 30 pounds of her what? Salary. Okay? So let's look at the next one on our list. The next one on our list looks like this. We have a bottle contains 500 milliliters of juice. The next one we are told if 30% is poured out. We are asked how much juice is left. So 30% of the juice is poured out. We are looking for the number that is what? Left. So for us to know the one that is remaining, we'll be looking at 30% of what? 500 milliliters. Okay? So if you are looking at the 30%, we are now going to have it as what? 30 over 100 times 500 over 1. Okay? So when you have this, it is very simple to solve. So what do? You cancel two zeros and cancel two zeros here. The reason why we are canceling two zeros is actually we are dividing by 100. Okay? Please let us know where you're watching from. Please do well to like the live. Okay? Please like the live. I beg you. Please. Okay, so we are left with 30 at the top. So we have 30 times. The next number here that we are left with is 5. So times 5. Okay? So what's 30 times 5? What is 30 times 5? What is 30 times 5? Please write it in the comments. Please, I beg you. What is 30 times 5? 30 times 5 is what? 150. So you can see that how much we are told 30% we are this and 30% is poured out. How much is left? So you can now see that we actually got the 30%, which is 150 milliliters. Okay? Actually, we've got 150 milliliters. So to know the one that is left, we are now going to get the actual milliliters, which is 500, minus the 30%, which is 150 milliliters. So you can see that the amount of milliliters that will be left will be what? 150 minus 500 minus 150. So what is 500 minus 150? That's 350 milliliters. So 350 milliliters of drink will be left at this point. Okay? The next one we have is that a shop gives 15% discount on all items. How much will be deducted from an item costing 80 pounds? Okay? How much will be deducted from an item costing 80 pounds? When we talk about discount, we are talking about the amount that is removed. The amount that is removed for a customer. So we notice that 15% is removed from a customer on our items, and that customer bought items that worth 80 pounds. So what would be the thing? So we look at 15% of the total amount, which is 80 pounds. That's basically 15 over 100 because 15% is 15 over 100. Okay? Then of 80, so you multiply by 80 over 1. Okay? So if you get this, what do you have again? So you notice that you can cancel a 0 and cancel a 0. Once you are canceling zeros, you actually divide it by 10. Okay? So you see that 5 can divide this one. 5 divides 15 is what? When you divide 15 by 5, what do you get? When you divide 15 by 5, what are you getting? You are getting 3. So when you divide 10 by 5, you are going to get what? I'm from Pakistan. My test is 10. Please have. Okay. Thank you. Keep following. Like the live and share it. Okay? Support me by that. I will definitely help you to pass your exams. So you see that if you have 2 here. So 2 can divide 8. Okay? Liu, if you divide 8 by 2, what are you getting? If you divide 8 by 2, what are you getting? If you divide 8 by 2, you got to get 4. So the answer is 3 times 4. So what is 3 times 4? Maula, what is 3 times 4? What's 3 times 4? 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? So 12 pounds was the amount that is discounted. The amount that was discounted was 12 pounds. They said how much is deducted from the item costing 8 pounds. So the amount that is deducted from an item that costs 8 pounds is what? 12 pounds. Okay? Then the next one on the list is out of 500 people, okay, out of 500 people, 60% are female. How many female are there in the place? Thank you for saying 12. Out of 500 people, 60% are female. How many female are there in the group? It is easy. So you can now see that 60% of the group is made up of what? 500 people. So 60% simply means 60 over 100.